Let's take a look at Lakeside Hole 4. And this is a relook because I did a video on this a while ago, but they just recently updated the game. If you haven't updated, go to the App Store or your uh, gameplay, whatever it's called on Android, get the update. So they added a pier and some boats in front of the green here. And I think this was an attempt to make this hole a little more challenging, obviously. Prior to this, the albatross rate on this hole was 52%, which is kind of crazy high for an albatross rate, which in my mind should be a very rare occurrence. But people really like getting the condor here previously. I think the condor certainly got a little bit harder. But yeah, a couple things about these boats. One is these sails on this boat, they do have collision. If you hit them, you usually drop down on this sailboat though, but you want to avoid that if you can. And these other boats, you can land on them and you can play safely from them. That they're considered inbounds. Um, but again, I wouldn't really recommend that as a normal course of play. And I think the impact of this additional feature, uh, the degree to which it impacts you depends on how you have approached this. If you're one like me that still through this all air, it probably doesn't change a lot. You just have to watch out and avoid these sails on the right hand backhand throw. Um, but if you're one that got used to the water skip disc and we're skipping off the water, which was a nice play, then that probably changed a little bit because now you've got to go way out here to the right or way to the left. But you can still get back to within a pretty good distance to the pin. It just makes it a little trickier. You got to avoid if you can hitting any of these structures because you may get lucky and skip off something, or you may not and just drop right in the drink. So for the all air shot, which I think is for the most part not impacted, take the glide roll ride. Remember, switch to backhand, slide to the left, and go just to the right of the pin. And we'll challenge these sails over here a little bit, but we're going to try to not to challenge them too much. About a half a disc worth of anhyzer or so, and could have gone a little bit further to the right there. That's going to be a good little ways out, 123 feet. Rather not throw that. Let's try that one again. Half a disc or so. And you see I'm challenging those sails a little bit to get to where I'd like to be. Um, but if you can do that safely, then you're right on the green, 27 feet. So, and of course, if you get a two headwind, you can always just take the light glide ride uh, and make sure you get to the land. But so I think the all air shot is pretty much unaffected, other than dodging these sails. Now the water skip line, of course, that's a little different. You if you were throwing that, you were able to go pretty much right up to it. There was only one little rock there that could potentially get in your way. Really wasn't much of an obstacle, but I'll take the glide water skip Gould here on the forehand, and you can go. You want to probably go a bit out to the left if you're doing the forehand throw, just to avoid potentially hitting any of these structures. And let's see if we can do that. And almost hit that boat anyway. And there lies the danger. Gave it to me. That's interesting because that is clearly OB. Um, so I'm surprised it didn't get called on that. But the danger, of course, of the water skip is if you get too close to the shore of the island, it will not skip. And so that's why I wasn't really a total fan of the water skip throw on this hole. Try this one more time. there's the water skip and very nicely onto the green there. So that line is still there, but personally, I would just prefer the all air shot, backhand for a righty, and just look at the boats as I fly over. So even that's going to be a bit further away. So yeah, I might this might drive the albatross rate down a little bit, but I think it won't be long before people just get that dialed in pretty well, and I don't know it's going to change things a whole lot. Again, I personally I would probably push that pin back a little bit more, maybe put some more obstacles around it or something. But anyway, that's a quick look at Lakeside Hole 4 with the update. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you around the valley.